Welcome back dear student and Jai Swaminarayan. Today in this video we will discuss the solved example of the textbook. Right? So dear student, if you were not seen the previous video of this chapter, see the previous video first and then see this video. You can understand easily the example of the textbook. વિદ્યાર્થી મિત્રો, જો તમે આ ચેપ્ટરના આગળના વિડીયો ના જોયો હોય તો પહેલા આગળના વિડીયો જોઈ લો, જેથી કરીને તમને એક્ઝામ્પલની અંદર સારી રીતના ખબર પડે. Dear student, in this video we will discuss the solved example of the textbook and all the examples are based on the Newton's second law. So dear student, first of all, what is the Newton's second law? What is the mathematical form of the Newton's second law? We will discuss the first the mathematical form of the Newton's second law in the previous video. So what is the mathematical form of the Newton's second law? Yes, F is equal to m into A. The force acting on the object F is a product of the mass of the object and the acceleration A. So mathematical form of the Newton's second law is F is equal to m into A, right? Where m is the mass of the object and A is the acceleration of the object. So from this formula we calculate the some examples regarding Newton's second law of the motion. So dear student, let us start with the first example, example number 9.1 in the textbook. Example 9.1. A constant force act on an object of a mass 5 kg for a duration of a 2 seconds. Here the mass of the object is given to you 5 kg and a constant force is acting on the object for a 2 seconds. So here dear student, mass of the object m is equal to 5 kg and time t is equal to 2 seconds is given to you. Now it increases the object velocity from 3 meter per second to the 7 meter per second. So as a result of the force, the velocity of the object increases from 3 meter per second to the 7 meter per second. So dear student, here the initial velocity of the object is a 3 meter per second and the final velocity of the object is a 7 meter per second. So given data is the initial velocity u is equal to 3 meter per second and final velocity v is equal to 7 meter per second. Now what we want to calculate? Find the magnitude of the applied force, right? What is the magnitude of the applied force? Now if the force was applied for a duration of the 5 seconds, what would be the final velocity of the object? So now if the force is applied for a 5 seconds, what will be the final velocity of the object? So dear student, here the mass of the object is a 5 kg. So we take a mass of the object m is equal to 5 kg. Initial velocity of the object u is equal to 3 meter per second. Here the initial velocity changes from 3 meter per second to the 7 meter per second. So the initial velocity u is equal to 3 meter per second. Final velocity v is equal to 7 meter per second and time given to you 2 seconds. So if the velocity of the object will changes, the acceleration will be produced on the object. So how we can calculate the acceleration of the object? By the formula, acceleration is equal to change in the velocity divided by time. So acceleration A is equal to final velocity v minus initial velocity u divided by time t. So here the final velocity is a 7, initial velocity is a 3 and time is a 2 seconds. So if you calculate 7 minus 3 divided by 2, we get the acceleration A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Here meter per second square is the unit of the acceleration. So we obtain the acceleration A is equal to 2 meter per second square. So now the formula of the Newton second law, F is equal to m into A. So according to the Newton second law, the force applied on the object F is equal to mass into acceleration. So here the mass is given to you 5 kg and acceleration we obtain 2 meter per second. So 5 into 2, we get the applied force on the object is a 10 Newton, right? Understand, dear student? Now if the force was applied for the duration of the 5 seconds, if this force is applied for a duration of the 5 seconds, what will be the final velocity? So according to the first equation of motion, v is equal to u plus at. V is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration and t is the time. So here the initial velocity is a 3 plus 2 multiplied by 5. Acceleration is a 2 meter per second and time is a 5 second. So we get the 30 meter per second. So now dear student, example number 9.2, which would require a greater force? Accelerating a 2 kg mass at a 5 meter per second square or accelerating a 4 kg mass at a 2 meter per second square. So out of these two, accelerating a 2 kg mass of a 5 meter per second square or 4 kg mass at a 2 meter per second square, which would require a greater force? So here in the first situation, mass is a 2 kg and acceleration is a 5 meter per second square. So in the first case, the mass of the object m is equal to 2 kg and acceleration a is equal to 5 meter per second square. So according to the Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. Force required to object of a mass 2 kg of a accelerating with the 5 meter per second square, F is equal to m into a. So 2 into 5 we get the 10 Newton. So accelerating a 2 kg mass at a 5 meter per second square, we require a force of a 10 Newton. So similarly, mass of the object is a 4 kg and acceleration a is a 2 meter per second square in the second case, right? So according to the F is equal to ma, force required to move a object is a 8 Newton. So which would require a greater force? Accelerating a 2 kg mass at a 5 meter per second square require a force of a 10 Newton, right? And 4 kg mass of a 2 meter per second requires a 8 Newton force. So the accelerating a 2 kg mass at a 5 meter per second square would require a greater force. So now dear student, example number 9.3. A motor car is moving with the velocity of the 108 km per hour. So initial velocity of the motor car is a 108 km per hour. Given data is initial velocity is equal to 108 km per hour and it takes a 4 seconds to stop after the brakes are applied. After applying the brakes, it will stop in a 4 seconds. So it will stop. That means its a final velocity is a 0. So here the final velocity of the motor car is 0, right? In a 4 seconds. So the time is given to you 4 seconds. Calculate the force exerted by the brakes on the motor car if the mass along with the passenger is a 1000 kg. So mass of the motor car along the passenger is a 1000 kg. So mass is given to you 1000 kg. So here dear student, the initial velocity is given to you 108 km per hour. We need to convert this into the meter per second. So how we convert the kilometer per hour into the meter per second? So 108 km per hour is equal to 108 multiplied by 1000 because 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter divided by 3600 second, because 1 hour is equal to 3600 second. So if you calculate this, we get the answer 30 meter per second. So here, dear student, initial velocity is given to you 100 kilometer per hour. It is equal to 30 meter per second. Now after applying a brake, the motor car will stop. So the final velocity of the motor car be a 0 meter per second. So we take a final velocity is equal to 0 meter per second. The mass of the motor car m is equal to 1000 kg and time t is equal to 4 seconds. So according to the previous example, similar to the previous example, here first we calculate the acceleration, then we calculate the force. So acceleration of the object A is equal to acceleration of the motor car A is equal to V minus U divided by T. V is the final velocity, it is a 0, minus U is the initial velocity, is a 30 meter per second, divided by time T is a 4 second, right? So if you calculate this 30 divided by 4, we get a minus 7.5 meter per second square. So here the acceleration is a negative. Why? Because the after applying a brake, the velocity of the car is decreases to the 0. So when the velocity of the object is decreases, the acceleration will be negative, right? So here we get the acceleration A is equal to minus 7.5 meter per second square. Now according to the Newton's second law, F is equal to m into A. M is 1000 and A is a minus 7.5. We get the answer minus 7500 Newton. So force exerted by a brake on the motor car is a minus 7500 Newton. Here the negative sign indicates that the force exerted by the brake is opposite to the direction of the motion. So when the force is opposite to the direction of the motion, the acceleration will be negative. So dear student, understand this example. Now example number 9.4. A force of a 5 Newton gives a mass m1 and acceleration of a 10 meter per second square. So when we applying a force 5 Newton force on a mass m1, the acceleration will be produce a 10 meter per second square. Force of a 5 Newton produces a acceleration of a 10 meter per second square in an object having a mass m1 and a mass m2, and acceleration produces a 20 meter per second square. So same amount of the force 5 Newton applied on a mass m2, the acceleration will be produced at 20 meter per second square. Now what will be the acceleration it gives if the both mass were tied together? When we tied both the mass together and applies the same amount of the force of a 5 Newton, what would be the acceleration of the object? So here dear student, for the mass m1, F is equal to force F is equal to m1 into a1, right? So what will be the mass? m1 is equal to F divided by a1. So in the first case, force 5 Newton and the acceleration produced on the first object is a 10 meter per second square. So we get the mass of the first object is a 0.5 kg, right? Understand? So F is equal to m1 into a1. m1 is equal to F divided by a. So force for the first object is a 5 Newton and acceleration is a 10 meter per second. So 5 divided by 10, we get a 0.5 kg. So mass of the first object is a 0.5 kg. Now for the mass m2, F is equal to m2 into a2. Same amount of the force is applied on the m2. So m2 is equal to F divided by a2. Here the force is again 5 Newton, but the acceleration produced on the second object is a 20 meter per second square. So 5 divided by 20, we get the 0.25 kg. So here we get the mass of the both the object. M1 is equal to 0.5 kg and M2 is equal to 0.25 kg. Now if both the mass were tied together, now if both the mass were tied together, the total mass M is equal to M1 plus M2. So M is equal to M1 plus M2. M1 is 0.5, M2 is a 0.25. We get a total mass of the 0.75 kg. Now if the same amount of the force, that means the 5 Newton force is applied to the 0.75 kg mass, what will be the acceleration? So from the formula F is equal to m into A, acceleration A is equal to F divided by m. F is a 5 Newton and total mass is a 0.75 kg. So we get the acceleration 6.66 meter per second square. So dear student, understand this example. Now next example is example number 9.5. The velocity time graph of a ball of a mass 20 gram. Mass of the ball is given to you 20 gram. Right? We need to convert into the kg. So 20 gram is equal to 20 divided by 1000 kg. So here the mass of the ball is a 20 gram. The velocity time graph of a ball of a mass 20 gram moving along the straight line on a long table is given in the figure. So here the velocity time graph is given to you. How much force does the table exert on the ball to bring it to the rest? What amount of the force is required to bring it to the rest? So dear student, from this graph we can calculate the initial velocity and the final velocity. So here at the time t is equal to 0, the initial velocity of the ball is a 20 centimeter per second. Here the unit is given to you centimeter per second. So the initial velocity of the ball is a 20 centimeter per second, right? So it will stop at the time t is equal to 10 second, right? The final velocity of the ball is a 0. So the final velocity is a 0 centimeter per second. Time it will take to stop is a 10 second, right? So t is equal to 10 second. Mass of the ball m is equal to 20 gram. It will be a 0.02 kg. That means 20 divided by 1000. It is equal to 0.02 kg. Now from this data we can calculate the acceleration. Acceleration A is equal to v minus u divided by t. V is the final velocity is a 0, initial velocity is a 20 and time is a t. So you get the acceleration A is equal to minus 2 centimeter per second. And now if we convert this centimeter per second square into the meter per second square by dividing 100, 2 divided by 100, we get the 0.02 meter per second square. So the acceleration of the ball is a minus 0.02 meter per second square. Now according to the second law of the motion, right, Newton's second law of the motion, F is equal to m into A. Here m is a 0.02 and A is a minus 0.02. We get the force exert on the ball by a table is a minus 0.0004 Newton. So dear student, I hope that you understand all the example explained in the video. Remaining textbook example we will discuss in the next video. So keep watching my video for all the examples.